Hey guys, just want to give you a quick little update on what's going on. A few things I've added to the car since I've made a video last. Um, One of the things being this boot here for the shifter. This is actually off a factory Volvo 240 manual shift boot. But using this low car shifter actually fits over it real nice. They give you holes to secure it to the carpet, but it stays. I'm not gonna make any holes or whatever. So it basically looks like the factory Volvo boot, which honestly it is. I just got to figure out how to wire in the neutral safety switch off this little pizza pie piece, which is super annoying. But I think it's marked on there, and then there's a switch right on the side of the shifter here. I'll just attach it to that, and that should take care of it. Another thing that I bought was this splitter, and I'll show you why I have the splitter. This OBD2 splitter. It has one male end and then one female and two male ends. It's basically just a Y. You can kind of see it there. I got that so I can leave my HP tuners nonsense hooked up in there without having to switch back and forth the two OBD things I have. The second being this ultra gauge here. Since I don't have a tack, the car never came with a tack. I guess I went through the settings. It has boost pressure. It shows timing advanced, TPS, percentage, coolant temp, trans temp, a whole bunch of different other parameters that the stock ECU reads. I think it reads knock retard. You can set alarms for certain things, RPM, engine load. There's like a million things you can set it up to do. Anyways, I got that splitter because I could keep this hooked up and the HP tuners hooked up at the same time, so I don't have to keep plugging and unplugging different things. It's one wire install. It just comes out of the unit. I snaked it down in behind the dash, and then I have it plugged into that splitter down there. And basically all it does is read the OBD2 port real time. So I'll give you guys a quick demo of that. It powers up just by turning the key. It might take a minute or two, I think. Or maybe I have to start it. I'm not really sure. Haven't really played around with it too much. Okay, I guess I need to start it for it to run, so I'll start it. And then there's 7 pages that you could set up to log a million different things. Curlav, engine temp, intake temp, trans temp, TPS, boost. I should get oh, maybe that's already on there, never mind. RPM, etc. So it's pretty neat. It is a little tricky to set up initially, but you can figure it out. There really isn't that much like support online to I guess there is if you want to go through a whole bunch of different topics on their support page, but this is kind of what it is. Pretty neat. So that's what I'm going to use for a dash currently. The only other thing I have is the oil pressure and the wideband. I think I'm just going to leave it at that. So that's what I got here so far. I'm still having freaking issues getting any type of brake pedal. I was out in the car today playing around with it, and you know, I can pump it up with the car off, it gets firm, and then when I start the car with my foot on the brake, it just kind of sinks and just keeps sinking. So I don't know if that's like a booster. I don't know if that's, I mean, I've already replaced the master. The master seems fine. I pulled the master off the booster to see if there's any, brake fluid leaking out of the back of the bore, which there wasn't. And, you know, I tightened down fittings. There's new hoses in the back. There aren't new hoses in the front, but like I don't see any signs of leaking, so I don't know. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do yet. But I just, it kind of bugs me. Like, brakes are something that I'm really finicky about, and I don't remember the brake pedal ever traveling this far to the floor in this thing prior to you know, doing all this work on the car. So I don't know. I'm just gonna see what I can figure out, and I don't know. Like, I'm thinking about just putting 2 new front calipers on it, and then, unfortunately, the way the brake system's designed in this stupid thing, there's 2 hoses to each corner brake. Like, the front brakes have 4 rubber hoses total. The rear, well, actually, the rear, I lie. The rear has only 2 now since I did the rear swap. But like, that's 4 hoses I'd have to buy, 2 calipers, and I mean, I don't even know that's the issue. I don't know. Like, I'm just having a hard time figuring this out, and I just want to drive this car. I want to get it tuned before winter comes, and then that's it. Let me get out of the car real quick. I'll show you some other stuff that I got done. Take you around the back here. So I have these wheels on all 4 corners now. I ended up having to pick up spacers for the front, 1-inch hub-centric spacers, and then I actually picked up these tires off Amazon Prime for $50 a piece, and they don't really seem too bad, honestly, for 50 bucks. I'm gonna try them. I really don't care, honestly. Like, they'll be fine. They're all seasons. And the only thing I don't like about it now is that the wheels are spaced out in the front, but they're not spaced out in the back. So I don't know if I want to get wider wheels. I don't really want to put spacers on the back. So I don't know. I guess I'll try to figure something out. Maybe just let it go. I don't know. A couple friends of mine have wider wheels that they're trying to unload, but I'm not really looking to spend any more money at this point. I just want to get the issues fixed that I have currently, the brakes being my major concern. And then the only other things that I have to do yet are put the sill plates back in. They just all clip in on both sides all the way around, and then fasten all this stuff up the fuse panel down there. I'll just self-tapper that in somewhere, and then there's actually like a little piece that comes down and covers all that crap up. So yeah, that's not a big deal. I just have to do it. I just don't want to button everything back up until I know everything's good to go. So what else? Do a little tour up here. real quick. Picked up a turbo blanket baller. Like I said, I put a new master on it. And one thing that I'm actually kind of nervous about is no filter. I don't really have that much room for a filter here, as you can see. I've been tossing around the idea of just throwing some screen over it until I can have Dan put something on or blast the hole down through here and run it down into the fender or something. But currently, I think I'd just rather put a screen over it so I know that there isn't going to be anything flying up in there. You know, I know a lot of you guys don't run anything, which is fine. I don't really care either way. I just I'm really weird with stuff like that. But everything else is back together. The thing's ready except for the brakes, man. Like I talked to Matt about getting the car tuned, and it's just I want to be able to finish these brakes and get the car where it needs to be. And it's just super annoying right now. I've probably run $40 worth of brake fluid through the thing, trying to flush it, get all the air out. And every time I get done doing it, with the car off, the brake pedal's awesome. And as soon as I key the car over and it starts, the pedal just freaking sinks. So I don't know what the hell's going on. I mean, I guess I could put a booster on it, but I don't really want to do that. I can't imagine. Weirder things have happened, so who am I to say? But that's where it's at currently, and you know, it's pretty much done. I don't really have anything really pressing to do. Oh, I picked up another laptop. This Dell, I just didn't really care for it because it was kind of big. It works fine. It needs a battery, which is like $20 on eBay. Comes with a charger. If you know anybody that needs a tuning laptop, I think it's got Megasquirt viewer, or I think that's what it's called, on it for Megasquirt stuff, and then it also, well, I mean, it has HP tuners installed onto it, but it's the newer version that is a little trickier, so I've heard from other people. But yeah, I picked up another a ThinkPad, which is much smaller, and it has a brand new battery, so it lasts me more than 10 minutes. Back there is where I have my battery. Not sure if I ever showed that. And that's pretty much it. I just want to get it done before it becomes a huge storage facility for stuff. But anyway, that's what I got for you for today. Starting to get cold here. It was kind of mild today, so I got to come out into the garage with the garage door open and no heater running, so that was nice. But yeah, I mean, if you have any suggestions for the brakes, let me know. I mean, I had a couple of people come over and take a look at it, and spent an hour this past week with a buddy bleeding it 3 different ways. Well, actually 2. We used his reverse bleeder program, and then we just used the OG method of just, you know, pumping it into a container. And I mean, we went through the 8 bleeders on this thing, and we were 100% sure that there wasn't any air in the lines at the time. So I mean, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what to say anymore. I mean, I could drive it and see what happens, but I don't know. If you have any thoughts on that, I looked up online how to test a booster, but I don't know. I don't know what to say. I mean, I just hate brakes. I mean, the brakes work. You know, I put it in drive and hit the brakes. That, you know, you can't turn the brakes by hand when I have my foot on the pedal. You know, I drove the car 2 weeks ago and I couldn't. You know, the car stopped. It just, I don't know. It just doesn't feel right to me. And I don't want to cause any problems with having shitty brakes. So, anyways, that's what I got for you now. 15 minutes into this video. Let me know what you think about the brakes. I'm open to any ideas at this point. I just kind of want to figure this out. So, thanks for what. Oh, I just sicked a little bit. Threw up in my mouth. Yeah, thanks for watching. Like I said, if you have any questions, just let me know. Please give me suggestions on what's up with these brakes. It's just driving me nuts. Alright, guys. Thanks. Have a good one.